असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Come on, chant this mantra.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Now I would like to invite Dr. Nilesh Gajjar sir, President and today's webinar organizer, to welcome keynote speaker Dr. Keyur M. Nayak. Please, Dr. Nilesh Gajjar sir.
Hello. Once again, very good morning. It is my pleasure to invite my colleagues and my friends also, Dr. Keyur Nayak, who is a Director, Lakshmi Institute of Management, Vapi, Gujarat, India, and is also Director of Research, as well as very much keynote speeches has been given by Dr. Keyur sir. He is also well-known person in Gujarat. He is MBA and well-educated, a learned person. Thanks you a lot for inviting him. Dr. Keyur Nayak sir, over to here. Over to Dr. Keyur sir.
Good morning to all of you. Hope you are able to listen to me.
Yes.
And I congratulate Dr. Gajjar RET Academy for organizing such a wonderful international multidisciplinary conference or seminar on ethical considerations in research. I am very glad to hear Dr. Mahrukh sir, Vice Chancellor of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University of Lucknow and Department of Education. So congratulations to all of you. And Dr. Habib, I have listened to you also. It was really a marvelous keynote address, and I would like to throw some lights on ethics. So first of all, let us try to understand what is ethics, and ethics comes from where. Ethics is all about something right or wrong. It is all about goodness or badness. So how can we remove badness in research, and how can we bring goodness or good practices in education, higher education especially? So that we should have more and more focus. So there are certain guidelines which I'm going to discuss with all of you. And after that, I'm sure that you would be able to implement those practices. So speaking something about ethics is different, and practicing those things in our real life situation is different. So practice is more important than speaking. So ethics comes from where? Ethics comes from family. Ethics comes from society. Ethics comes from top leaders of the institutions. So it's a responsibility of the leaders to inculcate the habits of ethical research practices in the institutions, ethical research practices among the colleagues. So this is what we need to take care. It's responsibility of the top leaders. Ethics is all about truth, transparency, and good governance. I would like to give one example of KPMG. KPMG is a multinational company. It's a consulting company, and they do involve into research practices. So they do industry research, and we do academic research. So the ethics in academic research and ethics in industry-based research, both are similar. So we need to understand the similarities. We need to understand the similarities. Recently, KPMG has done one research in the month of April. So what they have done, so the main objective of their research is to find out how to help poor people in the country. In India, how to help the poor people during COVID-19 because they are losing their jobs, there is no income, and while looking at the health of the people of the country, how can we look at the economic health of the country? So this was the focus of their research. Look at the ethics of their title. Look at the ethics of their objectives. They want to help the poor people of the country, and at the same time, they want to improve the economic health of the country. So your objective of your research should be able to help your country, should be able to help industry, and should be able to the end user. Three important stakeholders of your research. So I want to focus more on responsible research. Ask questions to yourself, or before guiding PhD thesis, or before guiding someone for research paper writing, we have to ask questions to ourselves, and we have to develop our colleagues or our research scholars to ask questions. So research is all about asking good questions. If your questions are good, you are going to do responsible research, the way Einstein, Newton, the way Galileo has done. So are we able to do that kind of research? Even today, we do follow Sir Einstein, Sir Isaac Newton. Why? Because they have asked the questions to themselves that, is my research going to help the society? Is my research going to help the industry? And the most important thing, who are the end user of the outcome of your research? Who are the end user of the outcome of your results? Are they going to take benefit from your research? Then yes, I will say that you are very ethical person, ethical researcher, ethical professor or research scholar in your research area. So this is very important thing because every research begins with asking questions. So if your questions are ethical, and if there is a concept of Bahujan Hitaya, Bahujan Sukhaya, then definitely ethics will help you a lot. Second thing is that honesty and integrity. Are you collecting real life data? Are you presenting analysis based on the real life data? Or you are outsourcing your work to some agency? If you are outsourcing your work to some agency, because nowadays it has become a business. So a lot of business houses are there. So are those business houses doing work for your research scholar or yourself? Then see, it's equivalent to plagiarism. It's nothing great. You are not doing your research yourself, but someone else is doing your research. So it's always better to do your work yourself. So that is something called honesty and integrity. So while reporting results, collect data yourself. And again, I would like to quote the example of KPMG. They are producing reports for almost 15 Indian industries, and they are getting secondary data from whom? Hayward Analytics. So Hayward Analytics, they are having 250 databases, and they have data for GDP, import, export, corona cases, everything. The moment you demand data from Hayward Analytics, they have the solution of secondary data for you. So while writing report, KPMG is putting one disclaimer clause. They have gathered data from Hayward Analytics and they have not validated the veracity and accuracy of the data. So based on the non-validity and inaccuracy of the data, they are presenting the reports. That's what they are putting in their disclaimer clause. Multinational company, world's biggest company in the consulting firm field, in the consulting research, they are not claiming about the veracity and validity of the data. So that is something called honesty. While publishing their report, they are putting the truth before the public, before the industry. So when truth is there, when transparency is there, it is considered as ethical practice in research, whether it belongs to industry research or it belongs to academic research. Now, few more. So this is one example which I would like to share with you. And one more website you need to take care, that is something called inderscience.com. The moment you will submit your research paper on inderscience.com, they have the ethical guidelines for authors. They have the research paper guidelines for authors. So you have to follow the rules and regulation of the journals. What journal guidelines are. If you are not following the journal guidelines, as far as plagiarism is concerned, as far as the format of the journal is concerned, and your paper should be, your research paper should be in line with the theme of the journal. Suppose the journal belongs to environmental science and you are submitting paper of finance or psychology or mathematics, then it is again mismatch between your research and their objective. So it is a responsibility of the senior supervisor or PhD guide to guide properly to the research scholar. So two things are very important in the research area: responsible mentoring and respect for the mentor. Two things are very important: responsible mentoring and respect for the mentor. So if you are senior, then you are responsible for mentoring the juniors or those who are in the newcomers in the field of research. And if you are newcomers in the area of research, if you are juniors, if you are research scholar, you should respect your mentor. You should respect your PhD guide. So respect is one word in academics, in research ethics, which is very important. If you follow this virtue, if you follow this principle of good behavior, then I think 50% of the task as far as ethics is concerned will be achieved very easily. And once you are ethical in your behavior, in your deeds, in your day-to-day activity, believe me, one day you will become very good academicians and you will be an asset for your own institution as well as for the whole country, and you will become very acceptable in your society also. So respect your colleagues. Social responsibility. So what you are contributing as far as sustainable development is concerned. Are you writing research papers in interdisciplinary areas? As far as sustainability is concerned, what you are doing for no poverty, what you are doing for zero hunger, how you are inculcating the values of decent work and economic growth among your students, among your staff members. So these are all things which are very important as far as research is concerned. So plagiarism is one area. So never copy down the work of others, because plagiarism is equivalent to hijacking or kidnapping someone else's work and quoting them as your own works. So understand the illegal part of your publication. So never do cut, copy, paste kind of thing. So plagiarism softwares are there. Authenticate.com is a website. Urkund is there, which is approved by University Grant Commissions. So before going for publication of your thesis or your research paper, you need to check your paper 2 times, and the plagiarism level of your research paper or your thesis should be as low as possible, as minimum as possible, maybe up to 15%. Some of the journals, they do offer 20% of plagiarism, but believe me, go below 10%. That will be treated as the best ethical practices, good ethical practices of yourself. So plagiarism is one area you need to work very high on it. And your library, your university should have purchased the software called Urkund to help the students, to help the faculty members. And believe me, if you are teaching your students to go for plagiarism, even if they are preparing some project or some assignments, then definitely you will also come to know that if students are doing, we all have to do also. So this is how we can create a culture of ethics in research in our own institution. So once it will become our culture, everything will happen automatically, no need to force anyone. So this is what my belief about ethics in research. So honesty, integrity. What is integrity? Do whatever you say and say whatever you do. That is integrity. And you should be consistent in your thought and action. If you are consistent in your thought and action, then ethics in research will come automatically. That's why I am forcing more on establishing a culture of ethical practices in research through integrity, honesty kind of stuff. So openness, very important. If you are a research scholar, if some students are there, if you are fresh PhD members, then openness is very important. Share your work with your superior, share your work with others, and be open for criticism. If something is missing in your research, no problem. Take critiques and do modify your research and come up with new fresh insights of your knowledge. That is also something called ethics in research, because research is all about what? Creating and innovating new knowledge. So one more thing I would like to focus in my keynote address is that now the whole world is moving for machine learning, artificial intelligence, neural networks, deep learnings. So these are all new techniques, new methods, and new jargons in the research industry. So how well you are coping yourself with the changing environment of research. Otherwise, if you will do all traditional research, then that research is not research actually. So if you are doing something in line and in alignment with the cutting edge technology and putting something new before the world, that is something called new research. That is something called ethics in research. So as far as plagiarism and duplication is concerned, a lot of softwares are there. Just follow those softwares. And as far as research is concerned, bring something new in your research. That's what I want to say. And with this note, I would like to conclude my keynote address. Let us build a culture of ethics in our teaching fraternity, in our university, among students, among researchers, and ethics will automatically come in all of us. That's what my whole belief as a keynote speaker. So thanks a lot to Dr. Gajjar, RET Academy, and thanks a lot to the Lucknow University Vice Chancellor Sahar for giving me this opportunity, and whatever guidelines I have to give, I have given it. Now I am open for the question. Any question? Question?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, everybody, if you want to put a question, please. Okay. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. You are audible. Please ask the question.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Sir, how will take
Hello.
the research work regarding this one?
Hello.
How to?
Hello.
Take research work
Not understand.
regarding this one.
This month means what?
How to take research work? Research work.
By asking questions for a phenomenon. By asking
Yes.
questions for a phenomenon, we can start research work. The way Newton and Einstein has asked. So your observation capabilities about a phenomenon should be marvelous. Once you are good in observations, it may be social phenomenon, it may be phenomenon related to pandemic, it could be epidemic. So once you will start asking questions why certain things happens in certain way, I think your research begins from there.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Any other question?
Sir, I want to know what is the plagiarism available in Google?
Plagiarism check is available in Urkun, but your library should have that software. and 15 to 20% plagiarism is accepted by most of the journal. So 80% work should be original work. It should be your own work, written in your own language and in your own words. Is that clear?
Yes,
Welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. My question is this one: that should we should not inculcate the habit of plagiarism from the bachelor education itself, so that students should not even copy the answers, because
Absolutely,
if I tell you this, if I tell you the example that when many of our management colleges are not even allowing the copying procedures during exams also. Another thing that we are not allowed to have software of plagiarism at the very common level, with other than the library so-called, because after going to the research field only we are able to give our manuscript to the libraries, and then only they are checking, but we don't have any software with us.
There are external agencies also. They do charge very minor amounts, 250 to 500, but they do help you to do the plagiarism check. So it's good to take help of external agency also. Nothing wrong in it.
So better is that society, that education and UGC should provide it free of cost, so that we can have a better plagiarism checking.
Sir, they should provide. Absolutely, I am with you. So let us write a letter jointly to UGC, and they will definitely help all of us to become more ethical. It's a good suggestion, sir. I respect your suggestion.
Hello.
Next. Yes.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, in our research work, if we don't have the original source of the reference quoted in somebody's work,
Yeah.
if we quote that reference from the second source,
Okay.
it shows in plagiarism.
So you can put in citations. You can put in citation someone else's work.
Yeah.
But compilation has to be done by yourself in your own language and understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is not necessary to quote it as a reference.
Reference has to be quoted as footnote or as endnote, but compilation has to be in your own words and your own language.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello,
Thank you,
sir.
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible?
Audible.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Audible.
Hello.
Sir, your things. What are you telling here? In research work. Hello, sir.
Please speak out. Yes,
Hello,
please
sir.
speak. Yeah. I'm
Sir,
listening. Speak out.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Audible. Please speak out.
Sir, according to the plagiarism, compulsory we want to use the plagiarism. If it is,
Yes, it's compulsory now as per the UGC guidelines. It is compulsory. We have to check thesis, research paper, everything for plagiarism.
for a 15 to 20% or more than this.
Only 20% is allowed. Only 20% is allowed. Even if it is 21%, your paper will be rejected. Your thesis will be rejected.
So suppose we will use our own words, means we don't want to use plagiarism.
We cannot do that.
It want to compulsory.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome,
Okay, sir.
sir. Welcome,
Now
sir.
over to Diksha.
Yes, sir. Let me say in addition, these are some achievements and awards of Dr. K. Ram Nayak. I proudly like to declare his achievements. He is accredited management teacher by All India Management Association, customer analytics professional from Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania, experience of having 20 years, research paper publications 88, anchor author of 2 books. First one is SAPM from Tata McGraw-Hill publication, and second is Structural Equation Modeling in Online Shopping from Lambert publication, Germany. 5 research scholars awarded PhD under his guidance, and 7 are in process. Reviewer of ABDC listed journals, London Journal Press, Marketing Journal of Pennsylvania University. Consulting in companies like Welspun, Sturtile, Melkel Polymers, IFCO, JK Cement, and consulting in more than 10 industries and companies since last 11 years. Copyright of Lotus Excise ERP worth rupees 11 lakhs. Copyright of Lotus GIS worth rupees 5 lakh. Gross revenue of rupees 1,15,000 for students and staff from China Lexans Private Limited, Japan, based from manufacturing transformers in India. Very great achievement, sir.
Thank you.
And
Thank
very
you.
true and effective speech. Thank you so much, Dr. KU, sir. Thank you.